Hey everyone, I'm R.C. Tucker and I'm one of the instructors here at Thomas University. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Zoom and how we kind of found that Zoom was the program for us to use as far as video conferencing with students, initiating it inside of our synchronous blended learning where students come in and it's a smooth, fluid process for them to get a link, click on the link and open up through an app, through their computers, through the URL. Of course, there are things that you need to make Zoom fluid, which is a computer technology, a webcam that we have here, any webcam, internal or external. I would also suggest that everybody has the headphones that's going to be inside of the Zoom course that you're going to be doing, and make sure that you manage that inside of there as far as make sure their audios are muted and all that. Also, one of the things that we found was when students just having the ease of access to go in there, they also had when students didn't have good connections, Zoom held up and adjusted within the broadband connection between each user. It would tell you that the broadband was slowing down, but it would adjust. That way you didn't have a lot of students getting kicked out of the conference or kicked out of the course or kicked out of the class. And it held up for 3 hours in a course with testing and things like that. Also, another good thing to have is, as you see behind me, is the dual screen. To have that dual screen set up to where you can be here and seeing your screen, and then all of your students, whether that's 10, 15, can be right here present. You see all their faces and they can see you. In this setting where you're in an office, you can't really have that up and out, and make sure that you're not just a bobblehead there. But also Zoom lets us interact with all of the programs that we have, to be able to share all the programs that we have. So whether you're doing a PowerPoint, a Prezi, a video from YouTube, a Google Doc, anything like that can be shared quickly, easily. The students can see it. Also in the chat, it allows you to, if you say, man, I forgot to give students this great resource, in the chat you can go and insert an attachment, send it straight out to them. And I think it's just a great way for students to do that. Another thing that we found was very helpful was what they call breakout rooms. In a traditional classroom, you could break out students into groups. Well, how do you do that digitally? Zoom allowed us to do that with breakout rooms, where you take 20 students and you break them out into groups of 4, and they are only in the groups of 4, and you get to pop in and out of the groups to where you can have just that conversation with just that group. And then we took it a step further and said, well, why can't we have the students in class? Because we would have students in class, the brick and mortar, and the students out there coming in while we were teaching. And why can't we have those groups collaborate together? So of course, students in class would log onto Zoom, get the ID just like normal, and then we would break them out inside the breakout rooms so that they can then have 2 people in class, 2 people online together, working together. So you have that blended and that integration of all of the students together in your classroom to really work synchronously. Another way that we found was really helpful is if you're in a classroom, instead of just being that bobblehead, that talker that's just in there and you just see your head all the time, is in the classroom setting to set up a webcam or in the back of the room with a laptop, and then have a camera, just a webcam hooked to your instructor desk. That way they could get a full view of what's going on there. So I thought that was a really cool thing that you could do with Zoom, because you could log on 2 different places with your account. Another thing that we found was really awesome was, along with the breakout rooms and the integration of that, was that we were able to make students feel like they were part of the classroom inside of Zoom, so they felt like that they were involved, because you could share your screen, you could have them share the screen, and it just really involved them. So Zoom really has helped us bring together that blended synchronous environment that you're looking for. And the tools that you need for that, of course, what I mentioned before, the webcam, the computer, the headphones, and pretty much if they have an Android device, a phone, a laptop, or they can always be in the meeting even if they have an emergency and can't be. So Zoom has really helped us with our synchronous blended environment.